The number of Americans abusing pain pills has skyrocketed to epidemic proportions. Now, the faces that you see behind me here, these are your neighbors, your friends, family members, but opioids killed every one of them. Last year alone, 982 people in Georgia died from drug-related overdoses. Now, to understand how so many people are getting hooked, Jeremy Campbell investigated how the pills are finding their way into our homes in the first place.
47.7 million Americans have used illicit drugs or misused prescription pills. So how did these drugs find their way into our culture and into our homes? It starts with the drug manufacturer, huge corporations that produce vast amounts of pills. Their employees are in doctors' waiting rooms, but not as patients. Studies show that pharmaceutical sales reps influence the way doctors prescribe certain medications. These powerful prescription drugs are now household names. The drug distributors, or wholesalers, are the middlemen in this process. They supply the quantity of drugs in your local pharmacies and hospitals. These are some of the most profitable companies in the world. Together, the big three bring in hundreds of billions of dollars each year. These distributors are supposed to keep track of each order that they fill and report them to the Drug Enforcement Administration. But an investigation found that these distributors were failing to report suspicious orders for many controlled substances, including opioids. As a result, highly addictive opioids flooded pharmacies. The number of pills far outweighed the need. CDC data shows that some states have more painkiller prescriptions per person than others. In 2015, there were enough opioid prescriptions for every American to be medicated around the clock for 3 weeks. Bottom line, there are too many opioid prescriptions for too many days at too high a dose. It's led to one nation overdosed.
And Jeremy's with us now. Why don't the doctors just pull back and stop writing all these prescriptions?
You wonder that, and there's been so much education about this issue. It's working. Doctors have decreased the dosage, but they're still writing those prescriptions with record high rates in some cases, and there's the effort to get the word out, but still 2 million Americans are either hooked or abusing these pills.
It's beyond tragic. Now, in your triangle investigation that you did here, it started with these heroin overdoses. What's the connection there to opioids?
Well, the opioids are often the gateway. Often people start out being hooked on these pills, and then their prescription runs out. What do? You either cut yourself off, or if you're hooked, which takes 90 days, according to the CDC, then perhaps someone turns to the street. And on the street, pills are expensive, and heroin is cheap. It's also readily available. But we always like to say if someone's still alive, there's hope. Recovery is possible. We want everyone to hear that message loud and clear.
Yeah, I mean, it's a message we have to hear because it's just everywhere. Jeremy, great work again. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. We'll be right back.